those that are looking for either expansion or growth of their firm, or perhaps you're in a place where you feel you've reached the top of where you're at and you want that opportunity to own. And so there's some really incredible benefits of acquiring a practice. And, for us, the process is, starting with what you're seeking out, whether it's location, if you have a geographical preference, or if it's a practice area preference, something that you're familiar with. We get a lot that, want to stay in a transactional space, or some that, they love that courtroom. And so we want to try to help find something that's the right fit for you. And how it works is, once we kind of get a good idea of what you're looking for, what your capabilities are, budget-wise, and everything else, we want to try to find that right fit. And so we're going to try to get non-disclosures in place, keep you apprised as opportunities become available. But if we do have that right opportunity, or something that we think might be that right opportunity, we want to open up those discussions with you, really start exploring that, diving deeper, working through it from both that firm, that culture, those kind of aspects, but also that financial aspect. And so what you can expect is that once we find that right fit, oftentimes with the process, we're here to help you with the financial aspects. We have resources on that, things of that nature. But how it's often structured is this transition process, whereby the seller remains on board post-closing. They're going to be invaluable to you, introducing you to those clients, introducing you to those referral networks, giving and passing on their knowledge, and making sure you're brought up into that kind of management and ownership space over a well-planned transition plan. And so that's really the key. And from that aspect, we've also suggested, and what we often see structure-wise, is kind of that sharing of risk when it comes to financial responsibility, security to the seller and security to the buyer. And we're trying to balance those things so that we can preserve that legacy, those clients, and those future revenues into the future for everyone's benefit.
I think it's also interesting. We see buyers come from certain categories. We see, local or larger firms that are looking to geographically expand. They may want to acquire certain additional, clients in a practice area. So maybe they are growing in a certain practice group, but, if they could, acquire more clients, they have the resources to kind of expand that. So a certain practice area, a geographical expansion for the firm, or, it's the individual attorneys. They've been in private practice, they've reached that level. Mm-hmm. They're looking for that next opportunity of growth. And, if it's not within their current firm, they're going to look to acquire and take over ownership of a firm that's been there, proven itself, is in the right practice area or the geographic location. It's attorneys that are maybe in-house, somewhere, that have either been in private practice or have aspirations, but they can't start from zero. They can't start from a low associate compensation, starter associate compensation. And so for them, the cash flow, the financial model makes a lot of sense to acquire a practice, because they have immediate sustainable revenues that they can build off of and grow from. And again, usually it's attorneys that have been out of law school a few years, learned how to practice law, and are looking to either relocate, want to start with a kind of presence instead of starting from scratch, and kind of build from there. And exactly as the process works, the first part is definitely to kind of preserve confidentiality for the seller, for the buyer, to make sure that is part of our key element. And then it's really just to have those initial conversations. What goals you have, what you're looking for. And then early in the process, we'll try to make a match with the potential selling attorney to carry that forward to see if that culture and everything else does fit for them.